Welcome, my friends, once again to another episode, another delightful, challenging episode of Sunday Night Alive Power Hour with your host, Soldier of Self-Mastery, aka Santos Rolon Jr., right out of Stockton, California. I'm delighted to be here. I'm privileged to be here. I'm humbled to be here today. I truly am. This is really an honor and a privilege for me to be on the airwaves right now, every Sunday that's possible. Interacting with those of you that are willing to interact with me. And obviously, we're here to see how far we've come from the last episode. We're here to analyze, and we're here to take some things very seriously today. Okay? And what's on your mind? What is on your mind today? What solution are you looking for? What are you thinking about? This is episode number 93. Wow, episode number 93, and it's still hard for me to believe. Well, it's not hard for me to believe. It's just we just keep going. We just keep going with everything that we need to do here. So this is a time to reflect. I know we're going to be here for 30 minutes. 30 minutes are going to go by very quick. It's a time for you and I to reflect and think about where we are and where we would like to be going or heading. Okay. I have no real topic today. To be honest with you, I have no real topic, just 30 minutes of interaction with you. I'm going to be a little bit more focused today on you guys. Is that okay? Can I focus on you guys a little bit today? I try to do my best. I know I was told, or somebody had said to me, Santos, you need to focus more on us on the screen as we're sending questions. Okay, I'm working on that. All right, don't bust my chops, man. But we will be doing. I'm going to share in later on before we close. I'm going to share a couple of ideas that's helping thousands and thousands, probably millions of people around the world, including myself. And who knows? You might already be doing these little things, or using this tool that we're going to be sharing towards the end of this program. And of course, then I'm going to have my call to action. But before I do, there's a couple of things that I want to share. And that is happy birthday to Sam, Krish. I don't know if he'll be on the episode today, but I want to give a shout out. Happy birthday to Sam. I don't know his age, but I do know that it's his birthday today. And another thing that's really heavy upon my spirit, I don't watch a lot of news. I do pay attention to some of the events that are happening in our world. And my friends, if you are paying attention to what's happening in our world, there's some very, very sad and tragic events that are taking place just about every single day in our world. And I got caught up a little bit on the events that took place. A murder trial with Amber Geiger, the police officer that shot Botham Jean. And again, I'm not going to get into that. I just wanted to express my condolences to the family, the families that have been affected because of this incident, this tragic incident. And of course, not only are the police, we really need to pray for the police officers because they're being impacted by this. But I recently heard that one of the witnesses was also one of the witnesses that was on the stand. His life was taken on Friday. Young man, his life was taken in a very, very weird and strange way. So I offer my condolences to the families that have been impacted by this in Texas, Dallas, Texas, that is. So a little bit of house cleaning. Let me see. What do we got here? We have a new podcast. Cephas and I just started podcast, Soldiers of Self-Mastery. By the way, the information is going to be right there at the top of the chat. We just started our first podcast, Soldiers of Self-Mastery podcast. And that's going to be really exciting. I'm kind of enjoying mistakes and all, my friends, mistakes and all. You got to be willing to be a risk taker. You have to be willing to dream and be creative and just get out there. Play the game and see what can come out of the things that you work on. So I'm truly appreciative of my partner Cephas, and of course a few others that are a part of this part of the Soldiers of Self-Mastery movement. In particular, somebody in Wisconsin. Who knows? Maybe she'll be on this episode tonight. I get a few good tips from her every once in a while too. So remember to support the mission. A love gift of any size, $25 is going to get you a free book, a signed autographed copy of the free book. Now, here's the thing I want to share about the book, that it's being re-edited. Okay, so please be patient with me. I've got a couple of books that I need to send out. They'll be sent out. They may take a little bit long, but they'll be sent out. So remember to support the mission. I truly want to help people around the world. Somebody that follows me on YouTube said you should start a clinic like the Betty Ford Clinic, something like that, Betty Ford Clinic. I'd love to be able to do something like that. A place where people can go and just transform, change their life. But that's one of the reasons why I do offer coaching. Coaching is available, and the GABA is also available online, the Gambling Addictions Breakthrough Academy. So I'm going to read the proverb, and then I'm going to get into some interaction here, my friends. This is actually Isaiah 26:4. And trust ye in the Lord forever, for in the Lord Jehovah is everlasting strength. I'm going to say this before we get started, that one of my best tools that I enjoy using on a daily basis, especially very early in the morning, that helps me stay focused, is meditating on scripture, meditating on affirmations and prayer. I am a person of prayer. I don't deny that. I don't hide that. I'm not a church person. I'm not a religious person, but I do meditate on the King James Bible verses, and I definitely do pray. You may not believe this, but I pray for this program. That means I'm praying for you, my friend, especially if you're troubled and you're having issues in your life that you're looking for solutions, as I mentioned earlier. So enough talking. Let me see who's here today. Again, welcome to episode number 93. I see Jim. Hey, Jim, welcome to the program. Good afternoon. Rob, blessed Sunday to you and the people, the chat. Thank you. And Laura, it looks like Laura. Wow, where's the rest of the people? What am I missing here? Well, it looks like there's, who knows? So we're here. What Rob says, Santos, SD, you put this on your wall. God does not play dice. What would this? Santos, you SD, put this on your wall. God does not play dice. I'm not too sure what you mean by that, Rob. Maybe you can break it down a little bit. I put this down on my wall. Okay. Hey, Wilson, welcome to episode number 93. What's on your mind today, Wilson? What is on your mind? And then we have Abdi Wahab Noor. Hello to you. Where are you from? Where are you from, my friend? Let me see if I can say that again. Abdi Wahab. That's a unique name. Let me know where you're from there. Rob, you're sharing something with me, but I'm not too sure. Something about dice, something that I've put on a wall somewhere. I'm not too sure what you're getting at. It's a saying I read long ago. Oh, okay. Hopefully it's something positive and something not negative. I'm not sure. London. Hey, London is in the house. Thank you for being in the house today. I don't have, I don't have a topic per se. I'm going to talk a little bit about a few ideas that I know is helping thousands and millions of people around the world. I'm going to talk about that a little bit here. But before I do that, I want to really interact with those of you because I'm sure that you're feeling the pressure. I'm sure that you're feeling the events that are taking place around our world today. Man, I'm I'm not surprised by these things because I read the Bible, and the Bible has a lot to say about these times that we're living in. I feel like I'm reading the newspaper at times when I read the scriptures. But my friends, I kind of feel a little burdened today because of the things that are happening. And we had a break-in. Our locked mailboxes. This is the first time that it's ever happened in my neighborhood. Somebody broke into the mailboxes real early in the morning, and we drove by this morning. I got in my car with my wife, and we drove by, and we saw the case. It was the mailboxes were wide open, and I thought, the individuals that broke into that box, they had an agenda. So now the people that had mail, now their lives are disrupted. Who knows what? I mean, I hopefully I didn't have any mail in there. I usually check my mail earlier. But just like this tragic event that took place in Texas, it's going to impact the lives of many people in different ways. A simple breaking into a mailbox, these I hate to call them these thieves. They now have interfered with my life and the lives of many people in the neighborhood, because who knows what they got a hold of. So now we have to take time out of our day. We got to go out of our way to make phone calls and secure the necessary things. It's just, this world that we live in really, really, it puzzles me. But we shouldn't be puzzled because we're living in it. And man, sometimes things happen. It's like it can take the sail, right? It can take the wind right out of your sail. And it is so critical. It is so important that you and I focus on certain tools in our lives to keep us going. As I mentioned earlier, I really enjoy waking up early, very early in the morning, and meditating on scripture, because it is a foundation for my growth and my transformation. Hopefully it is for you too. And if it's not yet, maybe you'll pick up, King James Bible and start reading for yourself. And prayer, of course. I call those tools. In fact, those are two of my most beneficial tools. So anyways, that's enough of sharing with that. And let me see, Rob, Laura, they want you. What does it say? Actually, Jim, the insight that I have realized is that circumstances in front of me are not what's important. The major importance is how I handle the situation. Exactly, Jim. Exactly. That's true. It's what, even though we're impacted by these things around us, other people do things and it can impact us, but it's how we internalize. It's how you and I handle the situation that's really important, because we can fly off the handle. We can get angry, right? And head right back to a casino, head right back to that addiction that was tearing us up, that we've gotten away from, get into an argument with somebody, get into the car and drive down the freeway angry and possibly cause a fatality because we didn't handle the situation correctly. I'm telling you, my friends, we really, really need to be on top of things today. Would you guys agree with that? I mean, seriously, we really need to be on top of things. I know we're here to talk a little bit about addiction and gambling, but there's other subjects that we can talk about also. Let me see here. Laura want you fed, so you stay and play. Oh, okay, Laura has something to say. Let me see. Thieves are getting desperate. You made a good point there, Abby. Thieves are getting desperate, and they're also getting very, very clever. We're very creative humans. It's amazing what we can do. I thought, man, as close as that mailbox is to the houses in the area, and we've got cameras, so I'm sure they're probably going to get caught, whoever did it, possibly. They did it very quickly, and there was some noise that wasn't heard. It's just amazing, like you said, Abby. Thieves are getting desperate and they're getting very creative. Yes, I agree with you. Let me see. Jim says, I don't watch the news because tragedy and many lives happen everywhere, not just what the media gives me. Well, here's the thing. I keep up with certain events because I have, a son that's in the military. I was in the military, and it's just a little bit of a part of me. But I'll tell you, you have to really, really keep your attitude at the most positive level today. And that's why I talk about these tools like affirmations, like the Bible, like prayer, mirror talks, and reading books and video therapy. I talk about all of these things. I share a lot of these ideas through my YouTube channel. I'm not going to get into a lot of that today here, but I'm going to share a few things before the episode finishes. And we've only got another, 12, maybe 13 minutes. It looks like we're at the 4:18 mark. But we should at least keep an eye on what is happening. There's going to be some things that are going to be important to you. So, but I agree, focusing too much on the news, focusing way too much can lead you into a state of depression. It will lead you into a state of depression. That's why we really need to be prepared every single day. Like I said, I wake up every single morning, and the first things that I do is I turn to my tools. I turn to my exercises. And when I say exercises, I'm talking about doing, utilizing my tools and some exercise too, physical exercise too, which helps. It helps the mind. So thank you for that reminder, Jim. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Okay. On that. Let me see. Dave B. Hey, welcome to the program. Let me see. Dave says, I haven't been to a casino in 45 days. Hey, great, man. That is fantastic. Now they are inundating me with free rooms and dinners to come back. Well, yeah, that's what the triggers and the temptations are. So you know what you need to do, Dave, and hopefully you'll continue on this wonderful journey that you started. 45 days, man, that's quite an accomplishment for you. I don't know how long you've been gambling, but 45 days is quite an accomplishment. So hopefully you are what's the word? You're treating yourself to something nice that's taking the place of what you used to do before those 45 days, right? You must trade a habit for another habit. You got to fill in that vacuum. I think a lot of people get away from an addiction, but they don't do it effectively. They don't have the accountability. They don't have the support. They don't have the proper tools, or they don't use them. They don't put them in place, and they fall right back into that vacuum, right back. Like you said, Dave, invitations, a phone call from a friend. Hey, man, I got $400 in my pocket. Let's go. And you're gone. So you got to watch out for the enemy. You have to be alert for the enemy. The enemy is very clever, very desperate. And that's basically what happens. Wilson, you have a question? You have an observation that you want to share? I truly appreciate each and every one of you guys that come to the program. And, hopefully what we're doing here together as a family, as a tribe, is benefiting. I believe it is, because you probably wouldn't be here if it wasn't benefiting you to be here. So that's why I say it's an honor and a privilege for me to be here every Sunday. Even though on some Sundays I'm like, man, what am I? I try to prepare the day or two before the Sunday. What are we going to talk about? Why, no, we're here because we really want to analyze our lives, and we want to see how far we've come from the last week, right? I used to say week by week, but now I say strength by strength, right? Moment by moment, strength by strength, month by month, and then eventually it turns into year by year. Freedom, my friends, freedom. And that's what we want, right? We want to be able to have peace of mind, inner joy to some degree. And it's okay to grieve. It's okay to be sad. But I don't believe it's okay to stay there. Growing self-belief, and then having some form of accountability. Those are things that we need to guard in our lives. Peace of mind, inner joy, self-belief that we can grow, and accountability. There's a lot of enemies against that in your life. So you need to have the tools, you need to have the support to keep those things going in your life. Would you agree with that one? Would you agree with that one? Let me see. Well, I don't see Sam on here, so. But anyways, oh, there he is, Sam. Hey, happy birthday, man. Hopefully you got a chance to. It's a happy birthday to Sam today. Yep. And he is 21. Sam is 21 today. I don't know how old Sam is, but if he wants to. By the way, we're not having any book giveaways this episode. It'll be on the next one because, again, we're still working on the shipment to come in, and it takes a lot for me to sign those books and send them out, man. That autograph is really, really heavy. So, no, I'm just joking. I truly enjoy sending those books out. All right, let me see what we've got here before. All right. Hey, Dynamic Boston. Welcome to episode 93 of Sunday Night Alive Power Hour, my friend. I take it you're from Boston. Boston, Massachusetts, or it could be another Boston around the world. But he says, thank you for supporting all of us every week. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. And I appreciate you for being here. I honestly do. Let me see. Suzanne, welcome from Australia. Cheers. Welcome. By the way, I've been to Australia. I'd love to go back sometime. Perth, Australia. That was when I was in the military. I really enjoyed my time. By the way, the cars I remember the cars, they drive on the wrong side of the road. Kind of opposite to the U.S. Suzanne, welcome. You have a question, Suzanne? Anybody have a question, a thought, an observation, a solution? Maybe you have a solution for me. I'm here. I'm going to wait a few minutes. We've got a few minutes left of the program, and I'm going to share an idea. I'm going to share an idea that you've already heard. You already probably know very well. But this idea is helping millions and millions of people around the world, including myself. In fact, it was one of the key tools that I used to help me get away from gambling when I made my decision a couple years ago. I'm going to be sharing that here in a minute because time is running. Dynamic Boston says, I appreciate it. I made it through this weekend without suffering and actually keeping my promise to myself for not going to the casino this weekend. It feels good. That, it makes me feel good just reading your comment. So that's phenomenal, man. Focus on that feeling. Focus on that emotion that you're feeling, that you are generating because of the activity, the actions that you're taking. Focus on, let that be the carrot that dangles in front of you, because it'll get difficult at times. But if you have the carrot dangling, that golden carrot, your reason for doing what you need to be doing, if you keep that in front of you, of course, with your tools and your support system, man, there's no stopping you, my friend. There's no stopping you. So, Dynamic Boston. All right. Rob says, thank God for giving me freedom from gambling over 5 years. Congratulations on your 5 years, my friend. That is, let me see. When I reach 5 years, what am I going to do? I haven't reached 5 years, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there, man. I tell you one thing, man, it feels great to be free from gambling. It feels liberating. And I tell you, I wish I could have made this decision 10 or 15 or 20 years ago. For some reason, I didn't. I couldn't. But I am free today. And I'm going to help you. I'm going to help as many people as I can. Stay free, get free. Like I say, fun, fast, and permanent. That's the key. Fun, fast, and permanent. Liberating. Laura says tools. Okay, exactly. Well, here, one of the tools that I want to share before we end the program, one of the tools that I want to encourage you to think about this, because as I said earlier, this is a tool that has benefited millions of people around the globe, and that is journaling. When you journal, let me share just a few benefits of journaling. Therapy. Journaling can be therapeutic for you, a form of therapy. Journaling will help you with your goals. Journaling will help you with mind cleansing of the mind, cleansing of your mind, of your subconscious. It's going to help you with direction and a lot more, because it's very personal. Only you will be able to really know how it can and will help you, or how it is helping you. And I'm sure that there are many of you, hopefully all of you, are journaling. If you're not, I'm just inviting you to get a free app. I just downloaded. I've got so many books. I've got a free app. It's called Perspective. That's not my app. It's a free app at the App Store that you can download. Man, I guarantee you, you're going to love this app. It is very, very interactive. The app actually, it doesn't speak to you verbally, but it will speak to you. Once you download it, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's called Perspective. Perspective. And you'll find that at the App Store, and it's absolutely free. I love that journal. And one more thing that I want to mention here is sleep deprivation. Now, this is not a tool, it's a warning, okay? If you're gambling, this is for the gamblers that are out there. If you're gambling, my friend, and you're staying hours in the casino, long hours, you are going to become sleep deprived, and you're going to drive, especially if you have a long drive. Listen to this warning, because it's very vital. When you're driving under sleep deprivation because you're tired coming from the casino, it's easy for you to fall asleep at the wheel. And we know, we don't have to talk any further about this, because we know what the results can be. Not only could you lose your life, but you can also lose the life of another individual. It's tragic. It's happening. It's going to continue to happen. It's going to happen more because of more casinos and more technology and all these advertisements that's taking place, luring people. Like I believe it was Dave. Was it Dave that said that he's getting stuff sent to him in the mail, tickets and dinners and all these things? Sleep deprivation, my friend. Watch out for that. Watch out. I warn you. It's very dangerous. It is dangerous. Very, very dangerous. Okay, we're coming down to the end of the program here. Thank you, Dave. Rob says, filled my soul with love, made me give to others and not to the casino operators. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. I really, unless you're completely free, it's really hard to convey what you really feel to other people, right? Unless you are absolutely, completely, and totally free from that lie, from the slut machines. SLUT, slut machines, and the casinos, right? I call them casinos because they're fake. And it's a lie. The whole thing is a lie. The jackpot and it's all a lie. It's a trap. Unless you're in total control. And I rarely find people that can go into a casino once or twice a year and come out unscathed. Most people fall into the trap after a few winnings because, I don't know, they let you win the first couple times that you're there. And then eventually you start losing and it becomes a nightmare. So, my friends, that's all I have today. Hopefully, I've shared some good things here, and I'm very, very grateful for those of you that have been on board with me today. I know it's been a small number of people. Usually, there's a lot more. And Laura says, going to Connecticut. Me too, sometime in the near future. Maybe I'll see you, Laura. Dynamic Boston says, Rob, thanks for sharing that it's hard to see a year from now. I am one day at a time, exactly. Moment by moment, day by day, strength by strength, month by month, year by year. Keep at it. And my brother lives in Boston. And Rob says, thank you, Abdi. The creator is great. Well, he is the master of the universe. He is the one that holds all things, even though we don't understand. Some people are angry at God, and that's their business. I'm not going to fault God. He is who he is. I'm the one that makes decisions, and if I make bad decisions, I'm the one that's going to receive the karma for it. Right? I can't blame God if I made a bad decision. But I'm very grateful that his grace is still available. His mercy is still available for us here on planet Earth. Abdi says, Rob says, it's hard at first few weeks, but then it gets easier. Definitely. Abdi says, thanks for the live stream and wish greatness on your life journey. I'm here every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Welcome to come back, bring a friend, share this video if you feel compelled to do it. And remember to support this mission. A love gift of $5, $10, $25 is going to get you a signed autographed book. Whatever you can give, support this mission. It takes money to do what we're doing. We just started our podcast, brand new podcast. And you can catch our first episode. We were talking about self-mastery. I thought it was a very good one, mistakes and all. So you'll hear Cephas, my partner, my team member, and I at Soldiers of Self-Mastery /podcast. You'll see the link right at the top of the chat. Check out the podcast and support us because, again, we need to raise funds. I want this message to go around the world. I want to help young people. I want to help teenagers. I want to help old people. But all of this does take money. So thank you for those of you that have supported the mission. All right, my friends. Laura says this group is great. Rob says Santos Self-Mastery. Boston, don't give up. And thanks. Going to look into your book. Yeah, in fact, we are making changes. I'm editing the book, so we're going to be making a few changes to complete it. And that's just the way that I am. I put a book together. I find mistakes. I pay people sometimes to do things for me, and it doesn't happen. So it is what it is. When you're on a fixed budget, it is what it is. But you work with what you have, where you are, and you go forward from there. So and my call to action, my friends, is to draw close to your tools and use what truly benefits you. Remember that. You need tools daily, just like a mechanic needs tools, just like a house repairman needs tools to make your day better, to make your job a lot easier when it comes to your personal transformation. We're going to hang out for a few minutes. If you want to text while I play some music and we come to the end of this program. Once again, I truly thank each and every one of you guys. Soldier of Self-Mastery, a.k.a. Santos Rolon Jr. I'm out of here. friends. Until my next